The Project Gutenberg ebook of leftover foods and how to use them. This ebook is for the use of anyone anywhere in the United States and most other parts of the world at no cost and with almost no restrictions whatsoever. You may copy it, give it away or reuse it under the terms of the Project Gutenberg license included with this ebook or online at www.gutenberg.org. If you are not located in the United States, you will have to check the laws of the country where you are located before using this ebook. Title: Leftover Foods and How to Use Them with Suggestions Regarding the Preservation of Foods in the Home. Author: Elizabeth O. Hiller. Release date: January 30, 2024. Ebook number 72831. Language: English. Original publication: Kendallville, McRae Refrigerator Co., 1910. Credits: Carol Brown, Charlene Taylor, and the online distributed proofreading team at https://www.pgdp.net. This file was produced from images generously made available by the Internet Archive/American Libraries. Start of the Project Gutenberg ebook. Leftover Foods and How to Use Them. Leftover Foods and How to Use Them with Suggestions Regarding the Preservation of Foods in the Home. Written by Elizabeth O. Hiller for the McRae Refrigerator Co. Kendallville, Indiana. Copyright: 1910, McRae Refrigerator County, Kendallville, IND. Leftover Foods and How to Use Them. I cannot say that I altogether agree with the statement, scraps are accidents to be taken care of, no doubt, but the very last objects on which to bestow either expense or labor. The scraps or leftover bits of food that accumulate in the average household, are worthy of consideration and with little labor and expense are convertible into the most palatable viands. There is always some labor attendant on any and all household duties, for we have all learned that the Earl of Chesterfield uttered a great truth when he said, away back in the 17th century, whatever is worth doing at all, is worth doing well. I have discovered that this old maxim applies to household management as well as all other vocations. It is the careless tossing together of leftover food and giving the creation when finished, a name quite as unattractive as itself, that has caused this great antipathy so prevalent among people, for serving or partaking of made-up dishes. Hash, itself, is a very much abused term as well as the mixture thus named. This little book of helpful suggestions has been carefully prepared, and if followed by the housewife, fortunate enough to receive one, she will find immediate help over some of the rough places too often found in the daily routine of housework, where the preparation for such duties has been limited. Study the chapter on how to measure accurately, and combining ingredients, and all the others, and you cannot fail to learn, thoroughly, the lesson leftovers and how to use them. To market and care for food, everyone seems to have a way of their own for marketing and taking care of food. There are, however, but two methods of marketing and but one proper way to take care of food. One of the methods of marketing is that followed by the French and Mexican housekeeper, that is, buying just enough for the daily needs and no more. The other method is that in vogue in America and England. It is buying provisions in large quantities, in some cases wholesale, flour, sugar, and apples by the barrel, butter by the firkin, canned goods by the case, sides of bacon, whole hams, etc. Both methods have their advantages. The one adopted by the prudent housewife will be that which best suits the conditions under which she lives, the income, the size of the family, and the conveniences provided for storing provisions. Where the family is small and the home is an apartment, if it is equipped with a fine large glass or tile-lined McRae refrigerator, the problem of preserving food is not difficult. See chapter on care of refrigerator, page 10. For the small family, buying just what is needed for the day and no more is the best. This method does, however, require most careful thought, and very accurate estimates must be made by the housewife, lest she buy more than she can use and thereby sustain great waste. Herein lies the necessity for housekeepers in general having a better knowledge of food values. For the large family with a generous income, and where cold storage provisions are made, buying in large quantities is by far the most economical method to follow. Every housekeeper should do her own marketing if possible. She thereby becomes acquainted with the market and market prices, makes her selections, buying little or much as the case requires. In this way she will soon learn the advantages gained by the French and Mexican housekeepers' methods. The latter carries her daily supplies home in a receptacle made of a gourd holding less than a quart, while the former does not hesitate to buy small portions of birds, fish, meats, etc. It is obvious that the foreign methods show the greater economy. A word on food in season. Food is at its best when in season. The price is at its minimum and the flavor and quality all that can be desired. Out of season, all food becomes a luxury and is lacking in flavor as well as quality. The provident housekeeper will take advantage through the year of fruits and vegetables, when seasonable, beginning in the early spring to put away her stores for the following winter. To these she may add dried and canned fruits that have proved by use to be most wholesome and palatable. Care of vegetables, fresh fruit, etc. Fresh vegetables should be cooked as soon as possible after being taken from the garden. Where it is necessary to keep them, all wilted leaves and unsightly portions should be removed and vegetables spread out in a cool, well-ventilated place. If placed in the refrigerator, first prepare them for cooking, then fold them in cheesecloth, wrung from fresh cold water, and place them on the top shelf of the refrigerator. The leaves of such vegetables as lettuce, endive, cress, dandelions, etc. may be kept fresh and crisp. After picking them over, wash and drain, put them in a covered lard pail, and place in the refrigerator. Wilted vegetables may be restored by soaking in fresh cold water. Cucumbers may be pared and thinly sliced, placed in a fruit jar, closely covered, and kept crisp and fresh in the refrigerator for several days. Fresh fruit. All fruits may be kept in fine condition where the luxury of a large cold storage room is installed. Where a refrigerator is used, great care should be exercised in placing fruits and vegetables in their respective places. See frontispiece, page 2. There are some fruits, owing to their strong odor, that should never be placed in the refrigerator. These include bananas, muskmelons, cantaloupe, etc. Other food will soon become flavored from contact with such fruits when confined in the refrigerator or even in a storeroom. Milk, cream, butter, and other fats most readily absorb flavors when exposed to odorous fruits, flowers, etc. The greatest care should be given the leftover food. It should be put in small vessels, jelly glasses, with closely fitting covers, then placed in the refrigerator. There will then be little danger of contamination. Overripe vegetables, especially tomatoes, and fruits should not be kept in the refrigerator. Berries should be carefully picked over, and washed, when necessary, before putting them in the refrigerator. Strawberries may be picked over, placed in a colander or a croquette basket and cold water poured over them before removing the hulls. Potatoes keep better and are lower in price before they have been stored. It is therefore economy for the large consumer to buy them, early in the season, when they are most plentiful. They may be kept in barrels or bins, raised 3 inches from the floor, in a cool dry room or cellar. For the small family, where space is a consideration, it is more economical to buy not less than a peck at a time. They may be kept in a box lined with heavy paper in a cool dry place. Sweet potatoes are in season from August to May, and should be bought in small quantities. The kiln-dried sweet potatoes are the best. These fleshy roots of plants belong to a different family from the white potato. They contain a large percentage of sugar and have not the keeping qualities of the white potato. They, too, should be kept in a cool, dry place. Beef and mutton. A loin of beef or a side of mutton is a profitable investment for the large consumer. With proper cold storage facilities, the meat can be kept well and is much improved by hanging. Fish. Fresh fish should be dressed at the market and removed from the paper as soon as delivered. Salt should never be sprinkled over fish to keep it. The salt extracts the rich juices and leaves the fish tasteless. Simply cover it closely and put it in a cold place. If securely covered, it may be placed, with safety, in the refrigerator. Butter. Butter should be placed in the refrigerator as directed above, namely, under the ice chamber, which is the coldest part of the refrigerator. This space should be reserved for the butter, cream, milk, eggs and meat. Butter should always be closely covered. An earthen jar, with a close-fitting cover, may be purchased at any house furnishing shop for 10 cents. This size will hold 5 pounds and will prove very satisfactory. Milk and cream. Too much care and attention cannot be given to this food. Even though it does not sour as quickly in winter as it does in hot weather, it should have just the same care. Never allow either cream or milk to stand uncovered. There is nothing gained by paying a fancy price for milk which has been pasteurized and kept clean, under the most sanitary conditions in the dairy, before delivery to the consumer, if the latter does not know how to take care of it and leaves it uncovered, in a hot kitchen or in a refrigerator, with other uncovered food. There need be no surprise if it sours quickly and develops an unpleasant flavor, for both milk and butter will absorb odors and flavors when thus exposed, which will render them unfit for use. Make it an invariable rule, never to allow these foods to remain uncovered. Eggs. Wash the eggs, when they come from the market, in cold water. The shells are then clean and ready for use. They are used for clearing soup stock, coffee, etc. Eggs, too, should be kept in the coldest part of the refrigerator along with milk, cream, and butter. How to measure accurately. Measuring cup marked in quarters. Measuring cup marked in thirds. A system of accurate measurements is absolutely necessary to ensure success. Scientific training has exploded the old idea that with good judgment and experience measuring ingredients by sight will do. The exact quantity called for, measured each time in the same utensil, whatever it be, cup, tablespoon or teaspoon, are definite guides that must be followed if success would be attained. Enameled measuring cups marked plainly in quarters or thirds, each holding a half pint, a teaspoon holding 60 drops, a tablespoon of ordinary size. Do not mistake a dessert spoon for this spoon, and a case knife are the few essentials that must be used for measuring ingredients in the recipes incorporated in this book. These utensils may be purchased at any kitchen furnishing shop for a nominal sum. To measure ingredients: all flour, meal, confectioners, powdered and granulated sugar, soda, and other dry ingredients, that are put into cartons or cans, that are apt to settle and in some cases harden, should be sifted before measuring. This suggestion is not to be ignored if you would be successful as well as economical, for by sifting these ingredients they are lightened and made to go further. A cupful. A cupful means all the cup will hold. The cup is filled with a tablespoon heaping full, then leveled with a knife. Great care must be taken not to shake the cup. All dry ingredients are tossed lightly into the cup, then leveled with a knife. Measuring liquids: place the cup to be filled on a saucer, and fill it to the brim. A cupful of liquid could not be carried safely across the kitchen without spilling some of its contents. Measuring butter, lard, etc. Fats used for shortening are packed solidly in cups, table, or teaspoon and leveled with a knife. A pair of measuring cups will be found very convenient when measuring ingredients. One for the dry and the other for the shortening and liquids. One cup may serve the purpose if dry ingredients are measured first, then liquids and fats when such ingredients are called for. Tablespoons and teaspoons. Tablespoons of regulation size are filled and leveled with a knife. A teaspoon is filled and leveled with a knife. To measure liquids, a table or teaspoon means all the spoon will hold. To measure dry ingredients in table or teaspoon, dip the spoon in the ingredient. When filled, lift and level with knife, sharp edge of blade turn toward handle of spoon. Dividing with knife lengthwise of the bowl of spoon is a half teaspoonful. Dividing the half crosswise is a fourth, and dividing the fourth crosswise is 1/8. Divisions are made in the teaspoon the same. Less than 1/8 of a teaspoon is a few grains. Full tablespoon, half tablespoon, quarter tablespoon, full teaspoon, half teaspoon, quarter teaspoon. Combining ingredients. The next very important step toward success in all cookery is in combining ingredients and mixtures, and one too often disregarded by the amateur. There are three movements considered in combining ingredients: stirring, beating, and cutting and folding. Stirring is combining ingredients by circular motions, enlarging and repeating these motions until all ingredients are thoroughly blended. This motion is most commonly used in all cookery, either alone or alternating with beating. Beating is accomplished by cutting down through ingredient or ingredients with a mixing spoon, or a similar utensil, from top to bottom, turning ingredients over and over, cutting through them until all are thoroughly blended and lightened. By this motion ingredients are not only blended, but air, also, is incorporated, which increases the lightness of the mixture. Cutting and folding means to combine two mixtures, one made very light by thorough beating or whipping, as heavy cream or whites of eggs. This is a combination of the two former motions. It is best accomplished with a wooden spoon made for this purpose. These repeated vertical downward motions, made with this spoon, is called cutting, and turning the ingredients over and over, allowing the spoon with each turn to come in contact with the bottom of the bowl, is called folding. Repeat these motions until the ingredients are thoroughly blended without destroying the air bubbles previously made by beating or whipping one part of the mixture. Briefly, to stir means blending ingredients. To beat means lightening the mixture by incorporating air. To cut and fold is combining two mixtures, one of which has been made light by beating, in such a manner as to prevent the escape or loss of air previously introduced. Standard table of weights and measures. All measurements are made level. A teaspoon of regulation size holds 60 drops. 3 teaspoons of liquid equal 1 tablespoon. 4 tablespoons of liquid equal 1/2 gill or 1/4 cup. 2 gills equal 1 cup. 2 cups equal 1 pint. 2 pints, 4 cups, equal 1 quart. 4 cups of liquid equal 1 quart. 4 cups of flour equal 1 pound or 1 quart. 2 cups of butter packed solidly equal 1 pound. 1/2 cup of butter packed solidly equals 1/4 pound, or 4 ounces. 2 cups granulated sugar equal 1 pound. 2 1/2 cups powdered sugar equal 1 pound. 2 cups of milk or water equal 1 pound. 2 cups chopped meat packed solidly equal 1 pound. 9 to 10 eggs, without shells, equal 1 pound. 2 tablespoons butter, solid and level, equal 1 ounce. 4 tablespoons butter, solid and level, equal 2 ounces, or 1/4 cup. 2 tablespoons granulated sugar equal 1 ounce. 4 tablespoons flour equal 1 ounce. 4 tablespoons coffee equal 1 ounce. 1 tablespoon liquid equals 1/2 ounce. Tablespoon tablespoon. Teaspoon teaspoon. Fg few grains. The refrigerator for the preservation of food before cooking, and for the leftovers after a meal. There is no appliance placed in the home that is of so much importance as the refrigerator. It should be a McRae refrigerator, a perfectly beautiful, practical, convenient, and entirely sanitary accession to the needs of the kitchen, the chief essential of its furnishings. It should be large and well adapted to the wants and necessities of the household, with an ice capacity of at least 100 pounds. It is the best made refrigerator, offered for sale and for the consumer's comfort, in the world today. When planning your kitchen, be sure you have a place, well selected, for one of these refrigerators. Its drain pipes should never be connected directly with the sewer, and if possible locate it so that the ice compartment may be reached from the outside from a rear porch that is opening out of doors. This will save much annoyance from the iceman, with soiled shoes, trailing dripping ice across the clean kitchen floor. The refrigerator should be easy of access for the cook, for plain as well as fancy cooking, demands many steps. Much time and energy is saved by a little judicious planning in locating the kitchen appliances. Remember the old adage, let your head save your heels. Care of the refrigerator brush for refrigerator drain pipe. In giving the proper attention to the care of the refrigerator, there are three very essential points to observe. The first, and most important, the location of the refrigerator, then the waste pipe, and last but not least a full supply of ice. If economy is an item in the management of the house, then special attention will be given the place in which refrigerator is placed. A cool, dry, well-ventilated room, conveniently near the kitchen that steps may be saved and where the direct rays of the sun do not fall on it, and where the iceman can gain access to it without tracking up the kitchen with his soiled shoes. The compartments in which the food is kept should be wiped out carefully once a week. If anything is spilled within the refrigerator, it should be removed immediately. All crumbs, drops of liquid or small particles of food should be carefully and instantly removed. Once a week the supply of ice may be allowed to run low, the ice may then be removed and the ice chamber thoroughly washed, the rack upon which the ice stands washed and rinsed with a solution of sal soda, the drain pipe and the trap also thoroughly swabbed out with a brush attached to a long wire handle, made for this purpose. Pour the solution through the drain pipe as far as it can be reached and then rinse with clear boiling water. The ice compartment should be kept filled with ice. A large piece of ice keeps better than a small one and ensures much better circulation of air. The door to the ice compartment should be kept tightly closed at all times save when it is being filled with ice. The fact is that all the doors should be opened and closed as quickly as possible. The most scrupulous cleanliness in all its parts should be found in the refrigerator. Foods such as meat, potatoes, etc. should never be laid on the shelves of the refrigerator, and the habit of filling the ice chamber with meat, fish, fowl, and vegetables is most unsanitary and unhealthful. The care of food in the refrigerator. When the food is placed on the table in the kitchen by the tradesman, the care of it at once falls upon the one who is in charge of the household, and she must know just how to take care of each article. All meat should be removed from the paper at once, wiped with a piece of cheesecloth wrung from cold water, placed on a plate, another plate turned over it and placed in the position indicated, in frontispiece, on page 2. The butter should be put in a jar, covered and placed on the shelf of the refrigerator immediately under the ice chamber. A space should be left on this shelf for eggs, milk and cream. Cheese should be removed from the manila paper, leaving it wrapped in the wax paper, and placed in a covered vessel in the refrigerator. The care of vegetables, fruits, meats, fish, etc., follows hereinafter. Leftover meats: beef croquettes 1 3/4 cups finely chopped leftover roast beef or steak. 3/4 teaspoon salt. 1/4 teaspoon pepper. 1 tablespoon Worcestershire sauce. Few drops onion juice. 1 teaspoon finely chopped parsley. Brown sauce. Process: remove all fat and gristle from cold roast beef or steak. Chop fine and add ingredients in the order given. Moisten with thick brown sauce, made by increasing the quantity of flour called for in the recipe for brown sauce to 1/2 cup. Shape in cones, drip in crumbs, egg and crumbs and fry in deep hot fat. Serve with brown, tomato, or Creole sauce. Leftover roast beef Mexican style: 1 onion finely chopped. 2 tablespoons butter. 1 red pepper shredded. 1 green pepper shredded. 1 clove garlic finely chopped. 1 cup tomato pulp. 1 tablespoon Worcestershire sauce. 1/4 teaspoon celery salt. Few drops Tabasco sauce. Thinly sliced cold roast beef. Process: cook onion in butter 5 minutes, cut peppers in thin shreds with the shears. Add to onion. Add garlic and tomato pulp. Simmer 15 minutes. Add Worcestershire sauce, celery salt, and Tabasco. Salt to taste. Cut cold roast beef in thin slices and reheat in sauce. Serve with baked potatoes on the half shell. Delicious beef pie. Line the bottom and sides of a well-buttered baking dish with hot, highly seasoned mashed potatoes, to which add 2 tablespoons finely chopped onion or chives. Over this, place a thick layer of leftover roast beef cut in small pieces. Season with salt, pepper, onion juice, 1 tablespoon Worcestershire sauce. Moisten with brown sauce and cover with a layer of potato mixture. Ornament rim of dish with some of the mixture forced through a pastry bag and star tube. Brush over lightly with beaten egg. Bake in a hot oven until mixture is thoroughly heated and potato is delicately browned. Cecil's with brown sauce: 1 cup leftover roast beef or finely chopped rare steak. 2 tablespoons fine bread crumbs. 1 tablespoon cream or melted butter. 1 tablespoon Worcestershire sauce. Yolk 1 egg, slightly beaten. Salt, pepper, and onion juice. Process: add seasonings to beef, add bread crumbs, cream or butter and beaten egg yolks, shape in small balls the size of an English walnut, roll in flour, egg, and crumbs, and fry in deep hot fat. Drain on brown paper. Arrange in a pyramid on a hot platter and serve with brown or tomato sauce. Beef cutlets. Chop the flank end of the porterhouse steak very fine, first removing superfluous fat. Season meat with salt, 2 or 3 drops Tabasco sauce, onion piece, and Worcestershire sauce to taste. Shape into cutlets about 3/4 of an inch thick, dip in egg, then in crumbs and fry in deep hot fat 5 minutes. Do not brown them too quickly. Dispose them around a mound of hot riced potato or well-seasoned boiled rice. Beef steak pie. Cut leftover cold broiled steak or remnants of cold roast beef in 1/2 inch pieces. Cover with hot stock or water, add 1 small onion and simmer slowly until meat is tender. About 1 hour. Remove onion and thicken stock with flour diluted with cold water. Season highly with salt and pepper. Add potatoes cut in 1-inch cubes and previously parboil 10 minutes in boiling salted water. Put into a buttered baking dish and cool. Cover with a crust made of biscuit dough, rolled 1/4 inch thick. Make 3 incisions in top of pie. Bake 25 minutes in a hot oven. The top may be brushed over with the white of an egg diluted with 2 tablespoons milk 5 minutes before removing from oven. Creole croquettes. Chop the flank ends of the porterhouse steak fine, there should be 1 cup packed solidly. Add 1/4 cup uncooked rice, season highly with salt, pepper, and a few grains of cayenne. Wrap 1 rounded tablespoon of this mixture in cabbage leaves which have been previously parboiled 2 minutes. Simmer 1 hour in tomato sauce, basting 3 or 4 times. Cover closely while cooking. Corned beef au gratin. 2 cups cold leftover corned beef cut in small dice. 2 slices onion. 1 cup celery, coarse stalks and leaves cut in pieces. 4 tablespoons butter. 4 tablespoons flour. 2 cups milk. 1/4 teaspoon paprika. 3/4 cup buttered crumbs. Process: Scald milk with onions and celery. Melt butter in saucepan, add flour and stir to a smooth paste. Strain celery and onion from milk, add milk to butter, and flour gradually while stirring constantly, season with salt if necessary, add paprika and bring to boiling point. Add corned beef, mix well and turn into a buttered baking dish. Cover with buttered crumbs. Bake in hot oven until mixture is heated through and crumbs are browned. Corned beef hash: 2 cups cooked corned beef, chopped moderately. 2 cups cold cooked potatoes, chopped moderately. Salt, pepper, and clove garlic. Cream, milk, or stock. 2 tablespoons butter. Process: remove all gristle, fat and stringy parts from meat. Chop with chopping knife in bowl. Mix well with chopped potatoes, season highly with salt, pepper, and moisten with milk, cream or stock. Melt butter in spider, when hot turn in mixture and spread evenly. Place clove of garlic in center, let cook slowly until well browned underneath, remove garlic and fold as an omelette onto a hot serving platter. Serve with hollandaise sauce. Garlic may be omitted. Breaded tongue with tomato sauce: cut the tip end of the cold boiled tongue in 1/4 inch slices, sprinkle them with salt and pepper, dip them in egg, then in fine bread crumbs, repeat, sauté them in butter and arrange them on a hot serving platter, pour over tomato sauce. Casserole: rice with veal butter: a 2-quart brick-shaped mold, line it with hot boiled rice to 3/4 inch thickness. It would require 1 1/2 to 2 cups of rice boiled, to line and cover the mold. To 1 cup of cold, cooked veal finely chopped and packed solidly, add 1 egg, slightly beaten, 2 tablespoons cracker meal and sufficient sauce velouté to moisten mixture. Season highly with salt, pepper, lemon juice, and 1/2 teaspoon parsley, finely chopped. Pack meat mixture in center of lined mold, cover with rice, place cover well buttered on mold and steam 35 minutes. Unmold on hot serving platter, sprinkle with paprika and pour around tomato or Creole sauce. Veal croquettes. 2 cups cooked veal finely chopped. 1/2 teaspoon salt. 1/8 teaspoon pepper. Few grains cayenne. Few drops onion juice. 1 teaspoon finely chopped parsley. Yolk of 1 egg. 1 cup thick velouté sauce. Process: mix the ingredients in the order given, moisten with sauce. Spread mixture on a plate to cool. Shape, crumb, and fry as other croquettes. Serve with Creole sauce. Blanquette of veal: cut cold roast veal in small strips. There should be 2 cups. Prepare 1 1/2 cups of sauce velouté, add meat, bring to boiling point and serve in a potato or rice border, sprinkle with finely chopped chives or parsley. Minced veal: prepare same as minced lamb and serve on toast, garnish with half a broiled tomato placed on each portion. Ragout of veal: prepare a brown mushroom sauce, omit the lemon juice and add 1 tablespoon Worcestershire sauce, a few drops onion juice and 1/4 teaspoon paprika. Reheat thoroughly 2 cups cold roast veal, cut in 1-inch cubes, in sauce, serve in a rice or hot mashed potato border. If the latter is used, pass the potato mixture through the pastry bag and star tube. Sprinkle border with paprika. Mutton with currant jelly sauce: 2 tablespoons butter. 2 1/2 tablespoons flour. 1/4 teaspoon salt. 1/8 teaspoon pepper. 1 cup brown stock. 5 1/2 tablespoons currant or wild plum jelly. 2 tablespoons sherry wine. 8 slices cold cooked mutton. Process: melt butter and brown richly in a saucepan, add flour and continue browning, add seasoning and stock slowly, stirring constantly, beat the jelly with a fork and add to sauce, when melted add mutton, Simmer gently until mutton is heated thoroughly, add wine. Dispose mutton on a platter and pour over sauce. Leftover gravy may be used instead of making brown sauce. Minced mutton on toast, 2 cups minced leftover mutton. 6 yolks hard-boiled eggs. 1/2 teaspoon mustard. 1/2 teaspoon salt. Few grains cayenne. 1 tablespoon butter. 1 cup thin cream or milk. 4 tablespoons sherry wine. Process: rub the yolks through a sieve and add seasoning. Add mutton, finely minced, and cream. Melt butter in a saucepan, add mixture and when thoroughly heated add wine. Serve on toast. Lamb may be used in place of mutton. Salmi of mutton: cut cold roast mutton in thin uniform slices. Cook 2 tablespoons butter with 1 slice onion, finely chopped, 5 minutes. Add mutton, sprinkle with salt, pepper and pour over brown mushroom sauce, to which add 1 tablespoon Worcestershire sauce. Simmer until heated throughout. Arrange slices of meat overlapping one another around a pyramid of fried potato balls, pour around sauce, garnish with toast triangles. Lamb, veal, duck, or game may be served in this manner. Lamb croquettes: 1 cup cold cooked lamb finely chopped. 1/4 cup cold boiled potatoes finely chopped. 2 tablespoons butter. 1 slice onion finely chopped. 4 tablespoons flour. 1 cup stock. 1 teaspoon parsley finely chopped. Salt and pepper. Leftover peas. Process: cook onion in butter 5 minutes, remove onion. Add flour and stir to a smooth paste, add stock gradually, stirring constantly, add meat, potato, salt, and pepper, simmer gently until meat and potato is blended with sauce. Spread mixture on a plate to cool. Divide the mixture into equal parts, this mixture will make about 7 croquettes. Take up a portion of the mixture and make a depression in center, put in a teaspoon of leftover cream peas, enclose peas carefully, shape, dip in crumbs, eggs, and crumbs again. Fry in deep hot fat. Drain on brown paper and serve with sauce béarnaise. Leftover roast pork croquettes: prepare a thick white sauce and season it delicately with a very little sage. Add 1 1/2 cups of finely chopped cold roast pork. Season with salt, pepper, and a few drops onion juice. Add 1/2 teaspoon finely chopped parsley. Spread mixture on plate to cool. Shape, roll in crumbs, egg and crumbs, and fry in deep hot fat. Arrange in a pyramid on hot serving platter, surround with baked apples. Pass sauce soubise. Leftover poultry chicken croquettes: 2 cups cold cooked fowl chopped fine. 1/2 cup English walnut meats chopped moderately. 1/2 teaspoon salt. 1/4 teaspoon celery salt. Few grains cayenne. Slight grating nutmeg. 1 teaspoon lemon juice. Few drops onion juice. 1 teaspoon finely chopped parsley. 3/4 cup thick white sauce. Bread crumbs. Chicken croquettes process: mix the ingredients in the order given, after adding the sauce let mixture cool. Mold in cork-shaped croquettes, roll in fine bread crumbs, dip in egg, diluted with cold water in the proportion of 2 tablespoons water to each egg slightly beaten, then in crumbs again. Fry in deep hot fat. Drain on brown paper and serve with supreme sauce. Chicken and mushroom croquettes: prepare mixture as for chicken croquettes. Number 1. Add 1/2 cup finely chopped mushrooms. Shape, egg, and crumb, and fry as other croquettes. Serve with a brown mushroom sauce. Creamed chicken with green peppers and mushrooms: add to 1 1/2 cups of white bechamel sauce, 1 1/2 cups of cold cooked chicken cut in 1/3 inch cubes, 1/2 cup mushrooms and 1 green bell pepper, previously cooked 10 minutes, the seeds removed and the pepper cut in shreds with the shears. Serve in crustades of bread. Scalloped chicken. Butter a baking dish well. Arrange alternate layers of cold, cooked chicken or turkey cut in small thin slices and boiled rice or spaghetti. Pour over giblet, white, brown, or tomato sauce. Cover with buttered crumbs, garnish with toast points and bake in the oven until mixture is thoroughly heated and crumbs are brown. Chicken chartreuse. Follow recipe for casserole of rice with veal, using chicken instead of veal. Season chicken highly with salt, pepper, celery salt, onion juice and 1 teaspoon finely chopped parsley. Moisten mixture with cream sauce, using ½ cup chicken stock and ½ cup hot thin cream. Unmold on hot platter and serve with cream sauce. Chicken timbales. 2 tablespoons butter. 1/4 cup stale bread crumbs. 2/3 cup milk. 1 cup finely minced cooked chicken. 1/2 tablespoon finely chopped parsley. 2 eggs. Few drops onion juice. Salt and pepper. Process: melt butter in a saucepan, add bread crumbs and milk, cook 5 minutes. Add chicken, parsley, and eggs slightly beaten, season with salt, pepper, and onion juice. Turn mixture into buttered timbale molds, set molds in a pan of hot water and cover them with a buttered paper. Bake 20 minutes. Turn from molds on serving platter and serve with celery sauce. Chicken à la béchamel. 1½ cups cold cooked chicken cut in 1/3 inch cubes. 1 cup sauce béchamel. 1/8 teaspoon celery salt. 1/2 teaspoon finely chopped parsley. Process: add parsley and celery salt to sauce, add chicken and simmer gently until chicken is thoroughly heated. Omit the yolks of eggs when making the sauce for this purpose. Chicken souffle. 2 cups scalded milk. 2 tablespoons butter. 2 tablespoons flour. 1/2 teaspoon salt. 1/2 teaspoon celery salt. 1/8 teaspoon pepper. 1/3 cup fine soft bread crumbs. 2 cups leftover cooked fowl or chicken, chopped very fine. Yolks of 4 eggs well beaten. 2 teaspoons finely chopped parsley. Whites 4 eggs beaten stiff and dry. Process: melt butter in saucepan, add flour mixed with seasonings, stir to a smooth paste, add milk gradually, beating constantly, add bread crumbs and cook 3 minutes, remove from range, add chicken, yolks of eggs and parsley, cut and fold in the whites of eggs. Turn mixture into a well-buttered baking dish and bake 35 minutes in a moderate oven. Serve with cream, béchamel, or supreme sauce. Leftover turkey or veal may be used instead of chicken. Salmi of duck with green peas. Cut 4 slices of bacon crosswise in shreds, with shears. Sauté in spider, add 1 tablespoon finely chopped onion, when lightly browned add 4 1/2 tablespoons flour, continue browning, add slowly 1 1/2 cups brown stock, add sprig of mint and let simmer 5 minutes, then add 1 1/2 cups cold roast duck, cut in small pieces, and 1/2 cup leftover peas. If there is a cup of peas, add them, let simmer gently until ingredients are heated through. Remove the mint and season with salt and pepper. Serve on toast. Chicken and oysters à la Seville. 4 tablespoons butter. 4 tablespoons flour. 1/2 teaspoon salt. 1/8 teaspoon pepper. 1 cup hot milk. 1/4 teaspoon celery salt. 3/4 cup oyster liquor. 2 cups cold cooked chicken cut in 1/2 inch cubes. 2 cups oysters. Patty shells. Process: melt butter in a saucepan, add flour and seasonings, stir to a smooth paste. Pour on slowly, while stirring briskly, hot milk and strained oyster liquor. Reheat chicken in sauce. Plump oysters in their own liquor, drain and add oysters to chicken. Serve in patty shells or croustades of bread. Mock terrapin 2 cups cold cooked chicken cut in small cubes. 1 cup white sauce number 2. 2 hard-boiled eggs. Few grains nutmeg. 1/4 cup sherry wine. Salt, pepper, and a few grains cayenne. Process: add chicken to sauce, rub the yolks of eggs through a sieve, add to first mixture. Add whites of eggs finely chopped. Season with salt, pepper, and cayenne, simmer 4 minutes and add sherry. Turn into deep dish, garnish with triangles of toast or puff paste points. Leftover chicken with poached eggs 2 cups cold cooked chicken chopped moderately. 2 tablespoons butter. 1 slice carrot. 1 slice onion. 1 spray parsley. 2 tablespoons flour. 1 cup chicken stock or milk. Salt, pepper, and celery salt. 5 eggs. 3/4 cup buttered cracker crumbs. Process: melt butter in a saucepan, add vegetables and cook 5 minutes, add flour and stock or milk slowly, stirring constantly. Strain sauce and add chicken and seasonings. Spread mixture on a buttered platter and sprinkle with cracker crumbs. Make 5 small nests in mixture and into each slip an egg, cover eggs with cracker crumbs and bake in a moderate oven until eggs are cooked. Minced turkey with poached eggs to 1 cup of cold roast turkey, chopped moderately, add 1/2 cup of stuffing finely chopped. Moisten with a sauce made by melting 2 tablespoons butter in a saucepan, brown well, add 2 1/2 teaspoons flour, continue browning. Add 1 cup of stock, made by cooking skin and bones of a roast turkey, season with salt, pepper, and onion juice. Reheat turkey and stuffing in sauce. Serve on circles of toast with a poached egg placed in center of each, garnish with sprays of parsley. Leftover fish: a simple luncheon dish. Mix 1 cup of leftover flaked fish with 3 hard-boiled eggs, chopped fine, and 1/2 teaspoon finely chopped parsley. Reheat in 1 1/2 cups, thin white sauce. Serve in a border of hot riced potato or steamed rice. Sprinkle all with paprika. Fish hash: mix well 2 cups each of cold cooked fish, flaked, and cold boiled potatoes, finely chopped. Season well with salt, pepper, and 1 teaspoon finely chopped parsley. Fry out salt pork cut in small dice. There should be about 4 tablespoons fat. Remove scraps, add fish and potatoes. Stir until mixture is well mixed with fat and thoroughly heated through. Cook until hash is well browned underneath, fold as an omelette and turn on a hot platter. Serve with cream or tomato sauce. Garnish with parsley and slices of lemon. Fish cakes, made of remnants of any fresh fish, press hot boiled potatoes through a ricer. There should be 2 cups. Season with salt, pepper, 2 tablespoons butter and 1 egg beaten light. Beat mixture thoroughly and add an equal quantity leftover cooked fish, flaked. Moisten slightly with cream sauce. Shape into round flat cakes. Sauté in hot bacon fat. Drain cakes on brown paper, first on one side, then on the other. A poached egg may be served on top of each cake. Garnish with crisp bacon and parsley. Leftover fish and casserole: line a brick-shaped mold with well-seasoned hot steamed rice, to the depth of 3/4 inch. Fill center with remnants of cold-boiled or baked fish, flaked, and seasoned with salt, pepper, and slightly moistened with thin white sauce. Cover with rice, place cover on mold and steam 35 minutes. Turn on a hot platter and serve with egg sauce. Sprinkle all with finely chopped parsley. A granite brick-shaped bread pan may be used as a substitute for covered mold, covered with a buttered paper, butter side next to rice, tie the paper on with twine. Fish croquettes 2 cups cold cooked fish. 3/4 cup thick white sauce. 1/2 teaspoon salt. 1/8 teaspoon pepper. 1/2 teaspoon finely chopped parsley. 1 teaspoon lemon juice. Process: flake fish with a silver fork. Add seasonings and sauce, spread on plate to cool. Shape, and roll in cracker crumbs, egg and crumbs, and fry in deep hot fat, drain on brown paper. Serve with egg, hollandaise, or tartar sauce. Garnish with sliced lemon and parsley. Turbot of fish 2 1/2 cups cold baked or boiled fish. 1/2 cups scalded milk. 1 slice onion. 1 blade mace or a few grains nutmeg. 1 spray parsley. 4 tablespoons butter. 4 tablespoons flour. 3/4 teaspoon salt. 1/8 teaspoon pepper. 1 teaspoon lemon juice. Yolk 2 eggs. 3/4 cup cracker crumbs. Turbot of fish process: scald milk with onion, mace, and parsley. Melt butter in a saucepan, add flour, salt and pepper. Remove seasoning from milk, add milk gradually, stirring constantly. Remove sauce to back of range, add yolk slightly beaten. Butter a baking dish, add a layer of fish, sprinkle with salt, pepper, and a few drops lemon juice. Cover with part of sauce, continue until both fish and sauce are used, shaping pyramid-like in center. Cover with crumbs and bake 20 minutes in hot oven. Serve at once. Leftover ham, etc. Minced ham omelette 4 eggs. 1/2 teaspoon salt. Few grains pepper. 4 tablespoons hot water. 1/2 tablespoons butter. 2 tablespoons finely minced ham. 1/2 cups thin white sauce. Process: beat the yolks thick and light, add seasoning. Beat the whites stiff. Add hot water to yolks of eggs and heat again, add minced ham, cut and fold the whites into the first mixture until they are well blended. Heat the omelette pan, have bottom and sides well buttered. Turn in the mixture and spread smoothly, place on range with asbestos cover placed over flame, let cook slowly, turning the pan occasionally, that omelette may brown evenly. When omelette is puffed to top of pan and delicately browned on the bottom, place pan in oven on middle grate to finish cooking on top. The omelette is cooked, if it is dry, a straw color and will not cling to the finger when lightly pressed. Fold and turn on a hot serving platter, surround with thin white sauce. Minced chicken, turkey, and veal may be used alone or in combination in place of ham. Ham with currant jelly. Melt 1 tablespoon butter in a saucepan, add 1/2 cup currant jelly. When jelly is melted, add a few grains cayenne or 1/8 teaspoon paprika, add 4 tablespoons sherry wine, and a cup and 1/2 cold cooked ham cut in thin small slices or strips. Simmer gently until ham is heated. Canapés Mexican style: 1/4 cup cold cooked ham. 1/4 cup cold cooked chicken. 1/4 cup butter. 1 tablespoon pimentos. 1 tablespoon chutney. 1/2 teaspoon curry powder. Salt and pepper. Few drops Tabasco. Process: put ham, chicken, and pimentos through the meat chopper, then pound mixture thoroughly in a mortar or chopping bowl. Rub through a sieve and add seasonings. Spread on circles or triangles of bread fried and cooled, decorate with the white of egg finely chopped, the yolk passed through a sieve first, laying 2 thin strips of pimento crossing each at right angles. Fill 2 opposite spaces with the whites of eggs and 2 with the yolks. Garnish with sprays parsley. Scrambled eggs with minced ham and chicken. 4 eggs slightly beaten. 1/2 teaspoon salt. 1/8 teaspoon pepper. 4 tablespoons milk. 1 tablespoon finely minced ham. 1 tablespoon finely minced chicken. 2 tablespoons butter. Process: beat eggs slightly, add seasoning and milk, add chicken and ham well mixed. Melt butter in omelette pan, pour in mixture and cook until of a creamy consistency, stirring constantly and scraping mixture from bottom and sides of pan. Roll to one side of pan and turn on hot platter, sprinkle with paprika. Garnish with parsley. How to keep leftover whites and yolks of eggs in recipes where only the whites of eggs are used. Leftover yolks may be kept by beating them well, then turn them into a jelly glass, cover and place them in the refrigerator. Or, as they are broken from the shells and are whole, they may be slipped carefully into hot water, just below the boiling point, and allow to cook through. Then one may be served in each portion of clear soup. They may also be pressed through the potato ricer as a garnish over the salad, over creamed codfish or cream toast. Covering the yolks with cold water as a means of keeping them has not proven satisfactory. If the yolks only are used, the whites will keep several days if turned into a bowl or jelly glass, covered, and placed in the refrigerator. Leftover cheese omelette mix and sift 2 1/2 tablespoons of flour, 3/4 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon mustard and a few grains cayenne. Add 2 tablespoons grated American cream cheese, add gradually 1 cup milk and 3 eggs beaten very light, without separating. Melt 1 1/2 tablespoons butter in an omelette pan, pour in mixture and as it cooks prick it with a fork and lift it to allow the uncooked parts to flow underneath. When creamy over the top, sprinkle with 2 tablespoons grated cheese, seasoned with salt and cayenne, roll and place on serving platter and sprinkle with grated cheese and paprika. Cheese souffle 2 tablespoons butter, 3 tablespoons flour, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1/8 teaspoon ground mustard, few grains cayenne, 1/2 cup scalded milk, 4 1/2 tablespoons grated cheese. Yolks 3 eggs beaten very light. Whites 3 eggs beaten stiff. Process: melt butter in a saucepan, add flour sifted with seasoning, add milk gradually, beating constantly, add cheese when well blended and cooked, remove from range and add yolks of eggs, then fold in the beaten whites. Pour mixture into a buttered baking dish and bake 20 minutes in a moderate oven. Serve immediately. Cheese balls 1 1/2 cups grated cheese, 1 tablespoon flour, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/8 teaspoon mustard, few grains cayenne. Whites 3 eggs beaten stiff. Cracker meal. Cheese balls. Process: mix cheese, flour, and seasonings thoroughly. Cut and fold in whites of eggs. Shape into balls the size of a hickory nut, rolling them in the hands lightly. Roll in cracker meal and fry in deep fat. Drain on brown paper and serve with the salad course. Cheese canapés. Spread triangular pieces of bread with French or German mustard, sprinkle thickly with a layer of grated cheese seasoned with salt, paprika, and a few grains of cayenne. Place on a tin sheet and bake them until the cheese is melted and delicately brown. Cheese wafers. Sprinkle Saratoga wafers, Zephyrettes, or saltines with a thick layer of grated cheese seasoned with salt, paprika and a few grains of cayenne. Place them on a tin sheet and bake them in the oven until the cheese melts and browns delicately. Serve with salad or soup. Meat and fish sauces. Thin white sauce 2 tablespoons butter, 1 1/2 tablespoons flour, 1/2 teaspoon salt, few grains white pepper, 1 cup scalded milk. Process: melt butter in saucepan, add flour mixed with seasonings, stir to a smooth paste, add hot milk slowly while stirring constantly, bring to boiling point and beat until smooth and glossy, using a gem egg whip. Do not allow sauce to cook after it has reached the boiling point. White sauce number 2. Prepare the same as thin white sauce, using 2 tablespoons flour, increasing flour 1/2 tablespoon. Thick white sauce, basis of croquettes and cutlets. 2 1/2 tablespoons butter. 5 1/2 tablespoons flour. 1 cup scalded milk. 1/3 teaspoon salt. Few grains pepper. Process, prepare same as thin white sauce. This sauce is very thick, therefore, great care must be taken that it does not scorch. Thick sauce velouté, used for croquettes and cutlets, 2 1/2 tablespoons butter. 5 1/2 tablespoons flour. 1 cup hot chicken stock. Salt and pepper. Process, prepare the same as thin white sauce, being careful not to scorch while cooking. Brown mushroom sauce 1 can button mushrooms. 4 tablespoons butter. 4 tablespoons flour. 2 cups brown stock. 1/2 tablespoon lemon juice. 2 tablespoons sherry wine. Process, melt the butter in a saucepan, brown it richly, add flour and continue browning, stirring constantly. Add brown stock gradually, continue stirring. Add lemon juice and sherry. Heat the mushrooms in their own liquor. If they are the very small button mushrooms they may be used whole, if larger mushrooms are used they may be cut in quarters. Drain from the hot liquor and add them to the sauce. Reserve 1/2 cup of mushrooms from the can to use in croquette mixture. Velouté sauce 2 tablespoons butter. 2 tablespoons flour. 1 cup chicken or white stock. Salt and pepper. Process, prepare same as thin white sauce. Creole sauce prepare a brown mushroom sauce. Melt 2 tablespoons butter in a saucepan, add 1 green pepper, finely chopped, 1 small onion finely chopped and cook 5 minutes. Add 2 tomatoes cut in pieces or 1 cup of canned tomatoes, and 10 olives pared from the pit in 1 continuous curl. Cook 3 minutes. Add the brown sauce and bring to the boiling point. Add 2 tablespoons sherry wine. Do not strain the sauce. Serve with steaks, chops, and fillet of beef. Tomato sauce number 1 1/2 can tomatoes or 2 cups fresh stewed tomatoes. 1 slice onion. 3 tablespoons butter. 3 tablespoons flour. 1/2 teaspoon salt. 1/8 teaspoon pepper. 3 drops Tabasco sauce. Process, cook tomatoes and slice of onion 15 minutes, rub through a strainer. Melt butter in a saucepan, brown it richly, add flour and when well browned add seasoning and tomato pulp. A few grains of soda may be added if tomatoes are too acid. Stir until sauce is smooth and reaches the boiling point, then pour over breaded tongue. Tomato sauce number 2. 4 tablespoons butter. 5 tablespoons flour. 1 slice onion. 1 small clove garlic. 2 slices carrot. Small piece bay leaf. Spring parsley. Spring thyme. 1 cup stewed and strained tomato pulp. 1 cup brown stock. Salt, pepper. Few drops Tabasco sauce. Process, brown the butter in a saucepan, with onion, carrot, garlic, bay leaf, parsley and thyme. Remove seasonings. Add flour and continue browning, stirring continually, add tomatoes, stock and seasonings. Heat to boiling point and strain. Egg sauce, drawn butter sauce. 5 1/2 tablespoons butter. 3 tablespoons flour. 1 1/2 cups boiling water. 1/3 teaspoon salt. 1/8 teaspoon pepper. 3 egg yolks, slightly beaten. Process, press the butter in a circular piece, divide it equally in 2 parts. Melt 1 part in a saucepan, add flour mixed with salt and pepper, stir to a smooth paste and add boiling water gradually, while stirring constantly, bring to boiling point, remove from range and beat in remaining butter, adding it in small bits, while beating constantly. Add egg yolks, continue beating. Do not allow sauce to boil after adding egg yolks. Supreme sauce 1/4 cup butter. 1/4 cup flour. 1/2 cups chicken stock. 1/2 cup hot cream. 2 tablespoons mushroom liquor. 3/4 tablespoon lemon juice. Salt and pepper. Process: melt butter in a saucepan, add flour and stir to a smooth paste, let cook 1 minute, without browning, add gradually the hot chicken stock, stirring briskly, add the hot cream, continue stirring. Reduce 1/3 cup mushroom liquor to 2 tablespoons by simmering slowly, add reduced liquor to sauce, add lemon juice and season to taste with salt and pepper. Lemon juice may be omitted and a few grains of nutmeg added. Whip sauce until smooth and glossy. Bechamel sauce 1/2 cups highly seasoned chicken stock. 1/4 cup butter. 1/4 cup flour. 3/4 cup scalded thin cream. 1/2 teaspoon salt. 1/8 teaspoon pepper. Few grains nutmeg. Yolks 3 eggs. Process: mix butter in saucepan, add flour mixed with seasonings, stir to a smooth paste and let cook 1 minute, then add hot stock, stirring constantly, add hot cream, continue stirring. Beat yolks of eggs slightly, dilute with some of the hot sauce. Combine mixture, beat again, but do not allow the sauce to boil after adding egg yolks. Omitting yolks of eggs make white bechamel sauce. Sauce sorbets 2 1/2 cup sliced onions. 1 small clove garlic. 1 cup velouté sauce. 1/2 cup hot cream. 1/2 teaspoon salt. 1/8 teaspoon pepper. Process: cover onions and garlic with boiling water, boil 5 minutes, drain, and cover again with boiling salted water and let cook until tender, rub through a pure strainer, there should be 1 cup pulp. Bring sauce to boiling point, add onion and hot cream, add salt and pepper. Garlic may be omitted. Sauce béarnaise: prepare a rule of hollandaise sauce, using tarragon vinegar instead of lemon juice and add 1 teaspoon each of finely chopped parsley, capers and fresh tarragon. Serve with lamb croquettes, chops, steaks, broiled birds, smelt and boiled salmon, cod, or haddock. Hollandaise sauce: 1/2 cup unsalted butter. Yolks 2 eggs. 3/4 tablespoon lemon juice. 1/4 teaspoon salt. Few grains cayenne. 1/4 cup hot water. Process: work the butter in the hands, in a bowl of cold water, until it is of a waxy consistency. Divide it into 3 pieces of equal size. Put 1 part in a saucepan with the yolks of eggs and lemon juice, place saucepan in a larger pan containing hot water, stir constantly with a gem egg whip until butter is blended with the yolks, add the second piece of butter and as sauce thickens add the third piece. At this point in the process the mixture should be the consistency of boiled custard. Add hot water and seasoning, beating constantly. The water in the larger saucepan should be kept just below the boiling point. Sauce tartar to 1 cup mayonnaise dressing: add 1 finely chopped shallot, 2 tablespoons each of finely chopped capers, gherkins, olives and 1/2 tablespoon finely chopped parsley, 1 teaspoon fresh or 1/2 teaspoon powdered tarragon. Onion juice may be used in place of the shallot. Bacon sauce: melt 5 tablespoons strained leftover bacon fat in a saucepan, add 2 tablespoons flour, 1/8 teaspoon paprika and 1/2 teaspoon salt, stir to a smooth paste. Add, gradually, 1/4 cup vinegar and 2/3 cup hot water, beating constantly and let come to boiling point, remove from range and add the yolks of 2 eggs lightly beaten. Do not allow sauce to boil after egg yolks are added. Chill and thin with cream. Serve with spinach, dandelion, endive, corn and string bean salad. Leftover potatoes and vegetables. Potato cakes. Beat 2 cups of leftover mashed potatoes with a very little hot milk to lighten them. Season with a few drops onion juice, salt, pepper, 1/2 teaspoon parsley finely chopped, and 1/4 cup grated cheese and a few grains cayenne. Shape in small round flat cakes, dip in flour and sauté in hot butter, about 2 tablespoons, brown on one side, turn and brown on the other. This mixture may be packed in a brick-shaped mold, then turned on a board and sliced, dipped in flour and sautéed in butter as the round cakes. Creamed potatoes. Cut cold boiled or baked potatoes in 1/4 inch cubes, there should be 2 cups, sprinkle with salt, pepper and 1/2 teaspoon finely chopped parsley, add a few drops onion juice if desired. Reheat in 1 1/2 cups thin white sauce. This mixture may be turned into a buttered baking dish, sprinkled with buttered crumbs, and baked in a hot oven until mixture is heated through and crumbs are brown. Hash brown potatoes. Cut fat salt pork in small pieces, fry it out and remove scraps, there should be 4 tablespoons. Heat fat in an iron spider, add 2 cups cold boiled potatoes finely chopped, season well with salt and pepper. Toss potatoes until well mixed with fat, cook 4 minutes, tossing constantly, then press to one side of the spider to form an omelette. When well browned underneath, turn onto a hot serving dish, top side down. This gives potatoes the appearance of a folded omelette. Lyonnaise potatoes. Cook 1 onion, thinly sliced, in 3 tablespoons butter until delicately browned. Remove onion and keep in a warm place. Add 3 cups cold boiled potatoes cut in slices, sprinkle with salt, pepper and stir until well mixed with butter. Press to one side of spider and let brown richly underneath, then sprinkle onions over potatoes, let heat thoroughly, then turn on a hot serving platter top side down, sprinkle with finely chopped parsley. Cooking the onion separately lessens the danger of burning the onion. Burr Oak Farm potatoes. Slice 4 medium-size cold boiled potatoes. Put a layer in the bottom of a well-buttered baking dish, sprinkle with a little onion juice, salt, and pepper, slice over potatoes, hard-boiled eggs. Sprinkle eggs with salt and pepper. Repeat until 8 eggs and potatoes have been used. Pour over 2 cups thin white sauce, cover with buttered crumbs and place in oven until heated throughout and crumbs are brown. Potato croquettes. 2 cups hot riced potatoes. 2 tablespoons butter. 3/4 teaspoon salt. 1/8 teaspoon white pepper. 1/4 teaspoon celery salt. Few grains cayenne. Few drops onion juice. Yolk 1 egg. 1 teaspoon finely chopped parsley. Process: mix ingredients in the order given, beat mixture thoroughly. Spread on plate to cool. Shape and dip in crumbs, egg and crumbs again, and fry in deep hot fat. Drain on brown paper. Arrange in a pyramid on a folded napkin, garnish with parsley. German fried potatoes. Slice cold boiled potatoes 1/8 an inch thick, there should be 2 1/2 cups. Put 4 tablespoons fried out salt pork fat in an iron spider, when hot, add 1 sliced onion, cook until onion is delicately browned, remove onion and keep warm, add potatoes, season with salt and pepper, mix thoroughly with fat, shaking the spider occasionally when potatoes are browned, add onion, when thoroughly mixed and heated, turn into hot dish and serve at once. Potatoes Delmonico. Arrange creamed potatoes in layer, in a buttered baking dish, adding a sprinkle of grated cheese to each layer, a slight sprinkle of salt and paprika or a few grains cayenne. There should be plenty of cream sauce mixed with the potatoes. Cover with buttered crumbs and bake in a hot oven until mixture is heated throughout and crumbs are brown. Stuffed peppers. 1 medium-size onion, finely chopped. 2 tablespoons butter. 4 tablespoons mushrooms, finely chopped. 4 tablespoons leftover ham, finely chopped. 1/3 cup brown sauce. 3 tablespoons fine soft bread crumbs. Salt, pepper, few grains cayenne. 6 green bell peppers. Buttered cracker crumbs. Process: cook onion in butter 4 minutes, add mushrooms and ham, cook 2 minutes, add brown sauce, bread crumbs and seasoning. Cut a slice from the stem ends of peppers, remove seed and white portions. Cover with boiling water, parboil 8 minutes. Drain. Fill peppers with cooked mixture, cover with crumbs and bake in butter gem cups in the oven 10 minutes. Serve on rings of toast with brown sauce. Fried celery: remove the outer stalks of celery, cut in 4-inch pieces. Parboil 8 minutes. Drain thoroughly, dip in batter and fry in deep fat. Drain on brown paper and serve with tomato sauce. Batter: sift 1/2 cup bread flour with 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/8 teaspoon celery salt, a few grains pepper, add 6 tablespoons milk and 1 egg lightly beaten. Creamed celery with cheese: wash, scrape, and cut the outer stalks of celery into 3/4 inch pieces, cook in boiling salted water to cover until tender. Drain. There should be 2 1/2 cups. Add 1 1/2 cups thin white sauce, to which add 1/4 cup grated cheese and a few grains cayenne. Corn oysters: grate the leftover boiled corn from the cob, there should be 1 cup of pulp. Add 1 lightly beaten egg, 4 1/2 tablespoons flour, season well with salt, pepper, and 1 teaspoon sugar. Drop by spoonfuls on a hot well-greased griddle and cook as griddle cakes. They should be the size of New York counts. Stale bread and its uses: bread and butter pudding. Fill a buttered baking dish with slices of bread from which the crusts are trimmed off, spread each slice generously with butter and turn buttered side. Sprinkle between each layer freshly grated coconut. Beat 3 eggs slightly, add 2/3 cup sugar, 1/4 teaspoonful salt and 1 quart scalded milk, strain this mixture over bread, add a slight grating of nutmeg over top of pudding, let stand 30 minutes. Bake slowly 1 hour in a moderate oven. Brown the top richly and serve hot with creamy vanilla or hard sauce. Chocolate bread pudding: 2 cups stale bread crumbs, 1 quart scalded milk, 2 squares baker's chocolate, 3/4 cup sugar, 3 eggs, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1/3 cup blanched and shredded almonds. Process: soak bread crumbs in scalded milk 30 minutes, melt chocolate over hot water, add half the sugar and sufficient milk from the bread and milk mixture to pour readily, add to bread with remaining sugar, salt, and vanilla, add eggs, slightly beaten, and shredded nuts. Turn in a buttered pudding dish and bake slowly 1 hour in a moderate oven. Serve with hard or cream sauce. German toast: 4 eggs, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 2 tablespoons sugar, 1 cup milk, 8 slices stale bread, powdered sugar and few grains cinnamon. Process: cut bread in 1/3 inch slices, remove the crusts. Beat eggs slightly, add ingredients in the order given. Soak bread in mixture until soft. Cook on hot, well-greased griddle, brown on one side, turn and brown on the other. Add more butter if necessary. Remove from griddle to serving dish, sprinkle lightly with powdered sugar and a few grains cinnamon. Serve for breakfast or luncheon. Brown Betty: 1 small, stale, baker's loaf. 1/3 cup butter. 1 quart, sliced, tart apples. 1/3 cup sugar. 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg. Grated rind: 1/2 lemon. Juice: 1 lemon. Process: remove the crust from bread and cut in thick slices, grate each slice by rubbing it through the croquette basket or colander. Melt butter in a saucepan, add crumbs and toss lightly with a fork, cover bottom of well-buttered baking dish with crumbs and cover with 1/2 the apples, sprinkle with half the sugar, nutmeg, lemon rind, and juice mixed together, repeat, having layer crumbs on top. Bake 45 minutes in a moderate oven, cover with a buttered paper the first 30 minutes of cooking. Remove paper and brown richly. Apple bread pudding. Cover the bottom of a well-buttered baking dish to 1/3 its depth with apple sauce, arrange stale bread spread generously with soft butter, crusts removed and bread cut in small pieces and fit closely together over apple sauce. Sprinkle generously with sugar mixed with 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, dot over top with 2 tablespoons butter. Bake 35 minutes in a moderate oven. Serve with hard sauce or sugar and cream. Croustades of bread. Croustades of bread. Shape stale bread cut in 2 1/2 inch slices into boxes, using a biscuit cutter, with a smaller cutter stamped out center, being careful not to cut through. The wall of boxes should be 1/3 inch thick. Place boxes on a plate and baste them with egg diluted with cold milk, using 2 tablespoons milk to each egg. Season egg with salt, and when each box is well soaked, drain, lift carefully with a spatula, place in a croquette basket and fry in deep, hot fat. Drain on brown paper and fill with creamed chicken, sweetbreads, mushrooms, brains, etc. Pudding sauces. Creamy sauce. 2 cups whipped cream. Confectioner's sugar, brandy, sherry wine, and a few grains nutmeg or vanilla extract. Process: sweeten cream to taste, will require about 2/3 cup sugar, add flavoring desired, constantly beating mixture very slowly with a wire whisk. Vanilla sauce. 1/2 cup sugar, 1 tablespoon cornstarch, 1/8 teaspoon salt, 1 cup boiling water, 2 tablespoons butter, 1 teaspoon vanilla. Process: sift together sugar, cornstarch, and salt. Add, gradually, boiling water, beating continually, cook 6 minutes. Remove from range and beat in butter, adding it in small bits. Add vanilla, beat thoroughly, keep hot over hot water. Lemon and orange sauce are made same as foregoing, using 1 teaspoon of lemon or orange extract in place of vanilla. A few grains of nutmeg may be added to lemon sauce. Peach canapés. Sauté circles of stale sponge cake in butter until delicately browned. Rub the leftover canned peaches drained from their liquor through a sieve, sweeten with powdered sugar, add a few drops lemon juice and a slight grating nutmeg. Pile peach pulp on circles of cake, mask with whipped cream sweetened and flavored, delicately, with peach extract. Serve as dessert. Hard sauce. 1/3 cup butter, 1 cup confectioner's sugar, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla, 1/2 teaspoon lemon. Process: cream butter, add sugar gradually, while stirring constantly. Add extracts, drop by drop, while beating. Brandy may be used instead of extracts. Force mixture through a pastry bag and star tube onto a cold plate, sprinkle with nutmeg. Coffee jelly. 2 tablespoons granulated gelatin, 1/3 cup cold water, 1 cup boiling water, 6 tablespoons sugar, 2 cups leftover coffee, 1/2 teaspoon vanilla. Coffee jelly process: soak gelatin 30 minutes in cold water, dissolve in boiling water, strain through sieve, add to sugar and coffee, add vanilla. Turn into a ring mold and chill. Unmold on a cold glass platter and fill center of mold with whipped cream, sweetened and flavored, delicately, with vanilla. Candied orange peel. Save the leftover peel from 4 large thin skin oranges cut in quarters or halves. Cover with cold salted water, Let stand overnight. In the morning drain and rinse thoroughly. Put peel in a saucepan and cover with cold water, bring to boiling point, let boil 5 minutes, pour off water and cover with fresh boiling water, repeat 3 times. Then add boiling water and let cook until tender. Drain and remove the white portion, using a teaspoon. Cut peel in narrow shreds, using the shears. Prepare a syrup of 2 cups sugar and 1/2 cup water, skim syrup if necessary, and let cook until it spins a thread when dropped from the tip of a wooden spoon. Simmer shreds of orange peel in syrup until they have absorbed nearly all the syrup, then boil rapidly, stirring until each shred is well coated with sugar. Drain and coat with fine granulated sugar. Let dry in a warm oven. Then store in tin leftover crystallized ginger or marshmallow boxes. In conclusion, let nothing be wasted. That small piece of ham left from breakfast, finely minced, will doubtless make 1 tablespoonful, when finely minced, for your omelette. The ½ cup of creamed onions left from dinner, if rubbed through a sieve, added to thin white sauce and served with hard-boiled eggs, will furnish a delicious dish for luncheon or supper. The small bits of jelly added to a berry pie will materially improve the richness of its juice, or it may be added to the mincemeat, but should never be thrown away. The tablespoonful of apple and other sauces left over may be used in a similar way. The leaves and roots of celery, as well as the outer stalks, may all be used either for making cream of celery soup or for flavoring the soup stock. Broken crackers that cannot be served on the table, may be crushed moderately and used for stuffing, or may be rolled fine and used for crumbing oysters, scallops or fish, croquettes, etc. There need be no waste of stale bread in the kitchen. For stale bread can be used in an infinite variety of ways. Only the thin brown crust may be removed, and this makes good food for the chickens. Small bits of bread should be dried in the warming oven, covered with a piece of cheesecloth to protect it from dust, then passed through the meat chopper and sifted. The fine crumbs are used for crumbing purposes, and the coarse crumbs for the top of au gratin dishes. The onion from which a slice has been cut, should be turned cut side down on a saucer, and covered with a cup or small bowl, and set aside in a cool place for future use. When using garlic, break off 1 section, called a clove of garlic, in cooking parlance. The remainder of bulb will keep some time if kept dry. The outer leaves of lettuce, if not wilted and torn, may be cut in shreds or ribbons and used to garnish salad or cold meat dishes. Stale cheese has many possibilities, as shown in the chapter on how to use stale cheese. If kept in a cool place, in a covered dish, it may be grated and ready for future use. The stale rye bread makes delicious stuffing, and is also used for making puddings. Brown bread may be dried, then crumbed, and used in ice cream or bisque, and will take the place of macaroons very palatably. Transcribers note words may have multiple spelling variations or inconsistent hyphenation in the text. Obsolete and alternative spellings were left unchanged. Misspelled words were not corrected. Final stops missing at the end of sentences and abbreviations were added. End of the Project Gutenberg ebook. Leftover foods and how to use them. Updated editions will replace the previous one. The old editions will be renamed. Creating the works from print editions not protected by U.S. copyright law means that no one owns a United States copyright in these works, so the Foundation, and you, can copy and distribute it in the United States without permission and without paying copyright royalties. Special rules, set forth in the general terms of use part of this license, apply to copying and distributing Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works to protect the Project Gutenberg trademark concept and trademark. Project Gutenberg is a registered trademark, and may not be used if you charge for an ebook, except by following the terms of the trademark license, including paying royalties for use of the Project Gutenberg trademark. If you do not charge anything for copies of this ebook, complying with the trademark license is very easy. You may use this ebook for nearly any purpose, such as creation of derivative works, reports, performances, and research. Project Gutenberg ebooks may be modified and printed and given away. You may do practically anything in the United States with ebooks not protected by U.S. copyright law. Redistribution is subject to the trademark license, especially commercial redistribution. Start. Full license. The full Project Gutenberg license. Please read this before you distribute or use this work to protect the Project Gutenberg trademark mission of promoting the free distribution of electronic works. By using or distributing this work, or any other work associated in any way with the phrase Project Gutenberg, you agree to comply with all the terms of the full Project Gutenberg trademark license available with this file or online at www.gutenberg.org/license. Section 1. General Terms of Use and Redistributing Project Gutenberg Trademark Electronic Works 1.a. By reading or using any part of this Project Gutenberg trademark electronic work, you indicate that you have read, understand, agree to and accept all the terms of this license and intellectual property, trademark/copyright, agreement. If you do not agree to abide by all the terms of this agreement, you must cease using and return or destroy all copies of Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works in your possession. If you paid a fee for obtaining a copy of or access to a Project Gutenberg trademark electronic work and you do not agree to be bound by the terms of this agreement, you may obtain a refund from the person or entity to whom you paid the fee as set forth in paragraph 1.e.8. 1.b. Project Gutenberg is a registered trademark. It may only be used on or associated in any way with an electronic work by people who agree to be bound by the terms of this agreement. There are a few things that you can do with most Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works even without complying with the full terms of this agreement. See paragraph 1.c below. There are a lot of things you can do with Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works if you follow the terms of this agreement and help preserve free future access to Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works. See paragraph 1.e below. 1.c. The Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation, the foundation or PGLOF, owns a compilation copyright in the collection of Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works. Nearly all the individual works in the collection are in the public domain in the United States. If an individual work is unprotected by copyright law in the United States and you are located in the United States, we do not claim a right to prevent you from copying, distributing, performing, displaying, or creating derivative works based on the work as long as all references to Project Gutenberg are removed. Of course, we hope that you will support the Project Gutenberg trademark mission of promoting free access to electronic works by freely sharing Project Gutenberg trademark works in compliance with the terms of this agreement for keeping the Project Gutenberg trademark name associated with the work. You can easily comply with the terms of this agreement by keeping this work in the same format with its attached full Project Gutenberg trademark license when you share it without charge with others. 1.d. The copyright laws of the place where you are located also govern what you can do with this work. Copyright laws in most countries are in a constant state of change. If you are outside the United States, check the laws of your country in addition to the terms of this agreement before downloading, copying, displaying, performing, distributing or creating derivative works based on this work or any other Project Gutenberg trademark work. The Foundation makes no representations concerning the copyright status of any work in any country other than the United States. 1.e. Unless you have removed all references to Project Gutenberg, 1.e.1. The following sentence, with active links to, or other immediate access to, The full Project Gutenberg trademark license must appear prominently whenever any copy of a Project Gutenberg trademark work, any work on which the phrase Project Gutenberg appears, or with which the phrase Project Gutenberg is associated, is accessed, displayed, performed, viewed, copied or distributed. This ebook is for the use of anyone anywhere in the United States and most other parts of the world at no cost and with almost no restrictions whatsoever. You may copy it, give it away or reuse it under the terms of the Project Gutenberg license included with this ebook or online at www.gutenberg.org. If you are not located in the United States, you will have to check the laws of the country where you are located before using this ebook. 1.e.2 If an individual Project Gutenberg trademark electronic work is derived from texts not protected by U.S. copyright law, does not contain a notice indicating that it is posted with permission of the copyright holder, the work can be copied and distributed to anyone in the United States without paying any fees or charges. If you are redistributing or providing access to a work with the phrase Project Gutenberg associated with or appearing on the work, you must comply either with the requirements of paragraphs 1.e.1 through 1.e.7 or obtain permission for the use of the work and the Project Gutenberg trademark as set forth in paragraphs 1.e.8 or 1.e.9. 1.e.3 If an individual Project Gutenberg trademark electronic work is posted with the permission of the copyright holder, your use and distribution must comply with both paragraphs 1.e.1 through 1.e.7 and any additional terms imposed by the copyright holder. Additional terms will be linked to the Project Gutenberg trademark license for all works posted with the permission of the copyright holder found at the beginning of this work. 1.e.4 Do not unlink or detach or remove the full Project Gutenberg trademark license terms from this work, or any files containing a part of this work or any other work associated with Project Gutenberg trademark. 1.e.5 Do not copy, display, perform, distribute or redistribute this electronic work, or any part of this electronic work, without prominently displaying the sentence set forth in paragraph 1.e.1 with active links or immediate access to the full terms of the Project Gutenberg trademark license. 1.e.6 You may convert to and distribute this work in any binary, compressed, marked up, non-proprietary or proprietary form, including any word processing or hypertext form. However, if you provide access to or distribute copies of a Project Gutenberg trademark work in a format other than plain vanilla ASCII or other format used in the official version posted on the official Project Gutenberg trademark website, www.gutenberg.org, you must, at no additional cost, fee, or expense to the user, provide a copy, a means of exporting a copy, or a means of obtaining a copy upon request, of the work in its original plain vanilla ASCII or other form. Any alternate format must include the full Project Gutenberg trademark license as specified in paragraph 1.e.1. 1.e.7 Do not charge a fee for access to, viewing, displaying, performing, copying or distributing any Project Gutenberg trademark works unless you comply with paragraph 1.e.8 or 1.e.9. 1.e.8 You may charge a reasonable fee for copies of or providing access to or distributing Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works provided that, you pay a royalty fee of 20% of the gross profits you derive from the use of Project Gutenberg trademark works calculated using the method you already use to calculate your applicable taxes. The fee is owed to the owner of the Project Gutenberg trademark, but he has agreed to donate royalties under this paragraph to the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation. Royalty payments must be paid within 60 days following each date on which you prepare, or are legally required to prepare, your periodic tax returns. Royalty payments should be clearly marked as such and sent to the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation at the address specified in Section 4, Information about donations to the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation. You provide a full refund of any money paid by a user who notifies you in writing, or by email, within 30 days of receipt that he does not agree to the terms of the full Project Gutenberg trademark license. You must require such a user to return or destroy all copies of the works possessed in a physical medium and discontinue all use of and all access to other copies of Project Gutenberg trademark works. You provide, in accordance with paragraph 1.f.3, a full refund of any money paid for a work or a replacement copy, if a defect in the electronic work is discovered and reported to you within 90 days of receipt of the work. You comply with all other terms of this agreement for free distribution of Project Gutenberg trademark works. 1.e.9. If you wish to charge a fee or distribute a Project Gutenberg trademark electronic work or group of works on different terms than are set forth in this agreement, you must obtain permission in writing from the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation, the manager of the Project Gutenberg trademark. Contact the Foundation as set forth in Section 3 below. 1.f.1.f.1. Project Gutenberg volunteers and employees expend considerable effort to identify, do copyright research on, transcribe and proofread works not protected by U.S. copyright law in creating the Project Gutenberg trademark collection. Despite these efforts, Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works, and the medium on which they may be stored, may contain defects, such as, but not limited to, incomplete, inaccurate or corrupt data, transcription errors, a copyright or other intellectual property infringement, a defective or damaged disk or other medium, a computer virus, or computer codes that damage or cannot be read by your equipment. 1.f.2. Limited warranty. Disclaimer of damages, except for the right of replacement or refund described in paragraph 1.f.3, the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation, the owner of the Project Gutenberg trademark, and any other party distributing a Project Gutenberg trademark electronic work under this agreement, disclaim all liability to you for damages, costs, and expenses, including legal fees. You agree that you have no remedies for negligence, strict liability, breach of warranty or breach of contract except those provided in paragraph 1.f.3. You agree that the Foundation, the trademark owner, and any distributor under this agreement will not be liable to you for actual, direct, indirect, consequential, punitive, or incidental damages even if you give notice of the possibility of such damage. 1.f.3. Limited right of replacement or refund. If you discover a defect in this electronic work within 90 days of receiving it, you can receive a refund of the money, if any, you paid for it by sending a written explanation to the person you received the work from. If you received the work on a physical medium, you must return the medium with your written explanation. The person or entity that provided you with the defective work may elect to provide a replacement copy in lieu of a refund. If you received the work electronically, the person or entity providing it to you may choose to give you a second opportunity to receive the work electronically in lieu of a refund. If the second copy is also defective, you may demand a refund in writing without further opportunities to fix the problem. 1.f.4. Except for the limited right of replacement or refund set forth in paragraph 1.f.3, this work is provided to you as is, with no other warranties of any kind, express or implied, including but not limited to warranties of merchantability or fitness for any purpose. 1.f.5. Some states do not allow disclaimers of certain implied warranties or the exclusion or limitation of certain types of damages. If any disclaimer or limitation set forth in this agreement violates the law of the state applicable to this agreement, the agreement shall be interpreted to make the maximum disclaimer or limitation permitted by the applicable state law. The invalidity or unenforceability of any provision of this agreement shall not void the remaining provisions. 1.f.6 Indemnity. You agree to indemnify and hold the foundation, the trademark owner, any agent or employee of the foundation, anyone providing copies of Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works in accordance with this agreement, and any volunteers associated with the production, promotion, and distribution of Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works, harmless from all liability, costs, and expenses, including legal fees, that arise directly or indirectly from any of the following which you do or cause to occur. A. Distribution of this or any Project Gutenberg trademark work. B. Alteration, modification, or additions or deletions to any Project Gutenberg trademark work, and C. Any defect you cause. Section 2. Information about the mission of Project Gutenberg trademark. Project Gutenberg trademark is synonymous with the free distribution of electronic works in formats readable by the widest variety of computers, including obsolete, old, middle-aged, and new computers. It exists because of the efforts of hundreds of volunteers and donations from people in all walks of life. Volunteers and financial support to provide volunteers with the assistance they need are critical to reaching Project Gutenberg trademark's goals and ensuring that the Project Gutenberg trademark collection will remain freely available for generations to come. In 2001, the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation was created to provide a secure and permanent future for Project Gutenberg trademark and future generations. To learn more about the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation and how your efforts and donations can help, see sections 3 and 4 and the Foundation information page at www.gutenberg.org. Section 3. Information about the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation. The Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation is a non-profit 501(c)(3) educational corporation organized under the laws of the state of Mississippi and granted tax-exempt status by the Internal Revenue Service. The Foundation's IN or Federal Tax Identification Number is 64-6221541. Contributions to the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation are tax-deductible to the full extent permitted by U.S. federal laws and your state's laws. The Foundation's business office is located at 809 North 1500 West, Salt Lake City, Utah 841-16808-596-1887. Email contact links and up-to-date contact information can be found at the Foundation's website and official page at www.gutenberg.org/contact. Section 4. Information about donations to the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation. Project Gutenberg trademark depends upon and cannot survive without widespread public support and donations to carry out its mission of increasing the number of public domain and licensed works that can be freely distributed in machine-readable form accessible by the widest array of equipment, including outdated equipment. Many small donations, $1 to $5,000, are particularly important to maintaining tax-exempt status with the IRS. The Foundation is committed to complying with the laws regulating charities and charitable donations in all 50 states of the United States. Compliance requirements are not uniform and it takes a considerable effort, much paperwork, and many fees to meet and keep up with these requirements. We do not solicit donations in locations where we have not received written confirmation of compliance. To send donations or determine the status of compliance for any particular state, visit www.gutenberg.org/donate. While we cannot and do not solicit contributions from states where we have not met the solicitation requirements, we know of no prohibition against accepting unsolicited donations from donors in such states who approach us with offers to donate. International donations are gratefully accepted, but we cannot make any statements concerning tax treatment of donations received from outside the United States. U.S. laws alone swamp our small staff. Please check the Project Gutenberg web pages for current donation methods and addresses. Donations are accepted in a number of other ways, including checks, online payments, and credit card donations. To donate, please visit www.gutenberg.org/donate. Section 5. General information about Project Gutenberg trademark electronic works. Professor Michael S. Hart was the originator of the Project Gutenberg trademark concept of a library of electronic works that could be freely shared with anyone. For 40 years, he produced and distributed Project Gutenberg trademark ebooks with only a loose network of volunteer support. Project Gutenberg trademark ebooks are often created from several printed editions, all of which are confirmed as not protected by copyright in the US unless a copyright notice is included. Thus, we do not necessarily keep ebooks in compliance with any particular paper edition. Most people start at our website, which has the main PG search facility, www.gutenberg.org. This website includes information about Project Gutenberg trademark, including how to make donations to the Project Gutenberg Literary Archive Foundation, how to help produce our new ebooks, and how to subscribe to our email newsletter to hear about new ebooks. Leftover foods and how to use them to market and care for food. A word on food in season: care of vegetables, fresh fruit, etc. Fresh fruit: potatoes, sweet potatoes, beef and mutton, fish, butter, milk and cream, eggs. How to measure accurately: to measure ingredients, a cupful; measuring liquids, measuring butter, lard, etc. Tablespoons and teaspoons, combining ingredients. Standard table of weights and measures. The refrigerator: care of the refrigerator, the care of food in the refrigerator. Leftover meats: beef croquettes, leftover roast beef, Mexican style delicious beef pie, Cecil's with brown sauce, beef cutlets, beef steak pie, Creole croquettes, corned beef au gratin, corned beef hash, breaded tongue with tomato sauce, casserole rice with veal croquettes, blanquette of veal, minced veal, ragout of veal, mutton with currant jelly sauce, minced mutton on toast, salmi of mutton, lamb croquettes, leftover roast pork croquettes, leftover poultry chicken croquettes, chicken and mushroom croquettes, creamed chicken with green peppers and mushrooms, scalloped chicken, chicken chartreuse, chicken timbales, chicken à la béchamel, chicken souffle, salmi of duck with green peas, chicken and oysters à la Seville, mock terrapin, leftover chicken with poached eggs, minced turkey with poached eggs, leftover fish, a simple luncheon dish, fish hash, fish cakes, made of remnants of any fresh fish, leftover fish and casserole, fish croquettes, turban of fish, leftover ham, etc. Minced ham omelette, ham with currant jelly, canapes, Mexican style scrambled eggs with minced ham and chicken. How to keep leftover whites and yolks of eggs, leftover cheese, cheese omelette, cheese souffle, cheese balls, cheese canapes, cheese wafers, meat and fish sauces. Thin white sauce number 2, thick white sauce, basis of croquettes and cutlets. Thick sauce velouté, used for croquettes and cutlets. Brown mushroom sauce, velouté sauce, Creole sauce, tomato sauce number 1, tomato sauce number 2. Egg sauce, drawn butter sauce. Supreme sauce, béchamel sauce, sauce sorbet sauce, béarnaise hollandaise sauce, sauce tartare, bacon sauce, leftover potatoes and vegetables, potato cakes, creamed potatoes, hash brown potatoes, lyonnaise potatoes, Burr Oak Farm potatoes, potato croquettes, German fried potatoes, potatoes Delmonico, stuffed peppers, fried celery, creamed celery with cheese, corn, oysters, stale bread and its uses, bread and butter pudding, chocolate bread pudding, German toast, brown Betty, apple bread pudding, crustades of bread pudding, sauces, creamy sauce, vanilla sauce, peach canapes, hard sauce, coffee jelly, candied orange peel. In conclusion, let nothing be wasted. Transcribers note: the full Project Gutenberg license